Okay, so I have my beach bum top all assembled here, and I wanted to show you, so I single crocheted around the neck, and what I did was I did one single crochet in every treble, and then two in every treble space. So I'm going to do the same around the bottom here. This is along the bottom border for the beach bum top. And I'm going to, on either side, I'm going to go ahead and attach my yarn right here at the seam. Okay, I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to pull up a loop and single crochet into the same space. Okay, and now inside every like treble space or chain space, whatever you want to call it, I put only 2 single crochets. Okay, so now that I've come to a treble, I'm going to go ahead and single crochet into that. And then in the chain space, I'm going to do 2 more single crochets. 1, 2. Yeah, because the first time I made this top, I did 3 single crochets per chain space, and it just kind of made the bottom of it look kind of like too loose and, I don't know, too big. I think doing 2 single crochets per chain space is plenty. Okay, and so I'm just going to continue doing that all the way around, and then I'll show you how to do the border. Okay, so I've done my single crochets all the way around my bottom border. I'm in my last stitch here. I'm going to go ahead and just join to slip stitch join to my very first single crochet, and that is right here. I'm just going to pull through, and now I'm going to do a single crochet back loop only border. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain up 4. Okay. Now, if you want a longer border, feel free to chain as many chains as you want, but this is how I have it described in the pattern. I'm going to single crochet back down that chain 3 times. Okay. Once you get back to the body, this is what it should look like. Okay. Now, this stitch right here is already occupied, so the next stitch and the stitch after, I'm going to slip stitch. So I'm going to do a slip stitch there and a slip stitch in the next single crochet. Okay, and you're going to do that all the way around. This is a very common border technique. There's lots of other video tutorials out there that probably explain it better, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you how I do it. So you're going to skip over the 2 slip stitches, and in the back loop only, I'm going to insert my hook, pull up a loop, and I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to single crochet back loop only 2 more times. There's 1 and 1 more. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and chain 1. That's the only time that you're going to chain 1, is when you get to the end. Okay, I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to single crochet back down, back loop only, 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now I'm back at the body, and in the very next stitch that is not occupied, I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay, right here, I'm going to do a slip stitch and another slip stitch. Okay, and so see how it kind of makes like a little ribbed effect. You can see it more whenever the border has more chains, more than just 3. But I want this top to be cropped, so I don't want to make my border too long, but like I said, feel free to make it as long as you want. So you're gonna be continuing that process where you skip over your slip stitches and you're gonna single crochet back loop only times 3 until you get to the end. Okay, you're gonna chain 1, turn, and single crochet back loop only times 3. And you can see my stitches right there. Like I said, this is a very common technique. There's lots of great videos online that probably explain it better than me. But anyway, that's how I like to do my borders on a lot of my pieces. And you're just gonna continue doing that all the way around. Okay, so I went ahead and did all of the rest off camera. I'm on my last little 2 slip stitches. I'm just gonna show you how I close this up real quick. Okay, so you can see my last 2 stitches are right here. I'm gonna slip stitch and slip stitch again. Okay. So now I'm going to line up my border, where I started to where I ended. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to insert my hook into that first stitch, and into the back loop only I'm going to find my other stitch that corresponds, and I'm just going to single crochet just to close this up. Back loop only, pull up a loop, single crochet. Same, it's just only 3 stitches. Of course, if you made more chains for a longer border, then you'd do as many single crochets as the amount of chains that you did. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and fasten this off, and that's kind of what it looks like when you're all said and done. And I'm not sure if I mentioned in the beginning, but you're going to want to do this on the right side of your work. Okay, let me just zoom out so you can see what this is looking like. See, it's cute. And my top is still going to be cropped just like I wanted. Let me just zoom out so you can see the full thing here. There it is. And that's how to do the single crochet back loop only ribbed border. Now I just have to do my fringe on the sleeves, and then I'll be all done. All right, I hope this video tutorial was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.